Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in, it's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Seattle Seahawks. Both teams riding 2-0 starts here. One, we'll get the turkey and move to 3-0 as week 3 gets underway. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Running with Walker again. And he'll dive for a little extra yardage, and he's down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker, and that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Throw here, 3rd down. His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Dex Hill. And the Jaguars get the football on the first turnover of the contest. And we all know everybody wants to avoid an opening drive 3-and-out, partner, but given how that one just went, an opening drive punt probably doesn't seem too bad right now.
Oh, I think everybody on that sideline would co-sign, and especially the quarterback. And you also now give life to this defense and their offense that runs on the field.
First carry now, this is Bashal Tutin. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force and the defense wins out.
Now it's Lawrence. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. It's a race down the right side. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars parlay the interception into points. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. He's going to field this at the 2. They get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was, how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical, and that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
It's his target. That's Torrey Horton. And this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll throw it. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. A pickup of 17. And that gives the Seahawks the 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They are throwing it again. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there can be more interceptions.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Throwing it again here. Completed over the middle. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. That is Caleb Ransom. So their 2nd drive ends just the way their 1st one did, Brock. And if you are the coach down there, man, you've got to be fuming.
Yeah, so frustrated, right? 2 drives in, you still can't get your game plan at all. Not if series are going to keep ending prematurely. You don't want to be playing behind schedule right from the start of the game, which is exactly where they found themselves.
1st and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Tootin headed left. Breaks through and breaks away. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. It's a pickup of 26. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside. They just showed right there doing damage on the outside.
And the Jaguar 1st down.
Lawrence with it on 1st. It is Cup left side. And he's going to be a yard shy of the 1st as they force him out after the gain of 9.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Man in motion here. Lawrence working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. Fights his way through a tackle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Well, things weren't about to end after the 1st hit or the 2nd. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Working inside the red zone. Brought in close to the 8. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Tootin gets it from the gun. And the defense holds, Brock. They catch him at the 4. He only gets back to that line of scrimmage.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Motioning the tight end now. 3rd down, Lawrence to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. The flag makes this 3rd down and 10. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Across the line, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars drive out to an early 14-0 lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Fields this one at the 3. They get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
And they're on the 17-yard line.
To run it down, get your money up. I put money down on all of us.
Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. The throw left side, caught by Smith and Jigba. They're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. Our score, 14-0. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. About set for the 2nd quarter. Seahawks football here. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. They'll give up the gut to Walker. Bounces this outside, winds up with a nice chunk of yards there as a result. It's 2nd down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Setting up to throw. To the left, he's got a roll. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. They're going to try and throw it here. Barner's got it. It's complete. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
When you throw that comeback route versus zone, you have to see the underneath defenders. It's frankly easier, Kate, to throw it versus man-to-man. You know where everybody is. But in zone, you better trust your eyes underneath. And when you do, there's completions like that to be had.
gonna throw it again. Has it at the 7. And he's gonna be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. They get 19, and now they're gonna have first and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
6-yard line.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. That's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks make it a one-score game in the first half. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
The kickoff for Seattle.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Jaguars have a first down.
First down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Hand off to Tootin. And he's sent out of bounds after an 8-yard pickup, so they've got 2nd and 2.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
On play action now, Lawrence. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. 30 into the red zone. And they're going to score. It's a pick 6 for Seattle. He missed the linebacker lurking, or he thought he could challenge him there and win. A 6-point mistake, Brock, either way.
Do you know, Kate, that you use that word as a verb? And quarterbacks, when we look at coverages, we use it as a noun. He's a lurker. You said he was lurking, and he was. And if you're not aware of that lurker, that free defender who's got eyes on you, they can make you pay just as he did.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Inside give here for Tootin. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2.
The cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Connecting on the slant. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. Cut out left. He has room past the 25. And they're going to have 1st and goal. He's out of bounds just shy of that 5-yard line. From the red zone on first. He's got it. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. First and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. He finds Smith and Jigba right side. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. That play good for 17 and a first down.
17 yards.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
36-yard line.
Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that gives the Seahawks the first. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. To the air now on first and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Still sticking with the passing game. Taken in by Pierce. And this play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it.
Gain of 19 yards.
Coming to the line, this is first and 10.
Seahawks, first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They are throwing it again. This one falls incomplete. Torrey Horton, his intended receiver. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
This is Walker on second. And 2 yards all he can get. It's third down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Third and long. They're going to throw. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up fourth down.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on third downs. They want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
A 41-yard attempt.
New York knocks it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Hey, facing a deficit, it's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room. They will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. On first and 10, here's Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Lawrence with it on first. A skip. Lawrence is hit. The ball is loose. But the Jaguars get back on top of the loose football. They're keeping possession. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So they keep the football, but now they face second and long. Lawrence working from the gun. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So they're left facing third and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Lawrence facing third and long. Into the hands of his running back, Tootin. And somebody finally able to force him out there. So even with that quality gain, it will still wind up being fourth down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back, which shows he's adept at catching it as well.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
This is why those kickers are down there before the game, trying those kicks in midfield. Kind of like Hooper shooting that half-court shot before half, because they believe, kickers do, that they're going to get an opportunity to be a difference maker. With that long kick, he certainly was.
Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Here's the final play of our first half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he could not break beyond the line, so that's how our half's gonna end. First half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tootin. He dodged the tackle. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Julian Love bringing that one to an end.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Tootin. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. They gain 11 on that play, and that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
First down throw, Lawrence. Ooh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Short pass brought in. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one. Kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
The Seahawks opting for a 5th DB nickel set for this 3rd down play. 3rd and long for him here. And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. Jacksonville in punt formation. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. Escapes a defender. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to get him all the way up near that 30-yard line, Brock. Knocked down a step or 2 shy of it. Offense is set. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Dropping back to throw. It's incomplete to Kenneth Walker. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. Where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Takes the 2nd down snap. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. He's got his man. This is Walker. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. So 20 yards on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
That's dropped underneath. Walker. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 40-yard line.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a pickup of 4 yards. And that gives the Seahawks the 1st.
Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Throwing it again here. Arroyo on the catch. Running in the red zone. All the way, touchdown Seattle! The Seahawks start the 2nd half with some needed points. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks bring it back to even. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
1st and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Throwing the out route complete. And this one does not go far.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Now Lawrence. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Jaguars have a first down. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Tootin on 1st and 10. Shoots away from one. And he picks him up about 4 yards there. Second down coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Lawrence looking to throw. Brought in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Returnable from the 2. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll work against the blitz. And some excellent work to drive them all the way out past the 30-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. First down now, ball at the 33. Back now, pressure coming. He's throwing deep to the left side. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
So still 10 to go on 2nd from the 33-yard line. Throwing from the gun here. Oh, brother, it's another interception! And the Jaguars will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
First down 10 at the 42-yard line.
First down from the 42. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Completed left side to Thomas. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23. Lawrence working from the gun. That's caught at the 4. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's got it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Running here with Tootin. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Jaguars go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. He's going to field this at the 2. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
On 3rd down, Walker. They go to him again, Brock, and they deny him the line again. That's another loss. This one sets up 4th down. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're 1st and 3. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
There is no thought needed from him. He has been doing this so long, dating back to college and high school. Those instincts, and they come at you with a capital I. Identify that run, fire downhill, and get home in the backfield before that play could get started.
He'll take it in short of midfield. Brashard Smith. And some crafty work on the return gets him all the way down inside the red zone. So we have to pause here. Team officials saw what we did. We've got a Seahawk that is injured out there. They're going to tend to him now. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. On the ground, Tootin. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively. "4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Now it's Tootin. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into first and goal. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives them first and goal. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Jaguars looking at a 3-0 start to the season. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Tootin takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars make it a 3-score game in the fourth. On is Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars stretch their lead to 21.
45. Seahawks 24. Cam Little.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. This return starts at the 5.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Drive begins with a walker run. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Just couldn't get outside quick enough to take that D-line out of the picture, and one of those guys impressively got on the edge and caught him.
You know what's scary in this game today, Kate? When you watch the combine and you watch these 280-pound DNs that run like 4.6. I am really thankful I don't play quarterback in today's game.
Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
Brings up third.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up 4th and 9.
It's 4th down.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And they're continuing to survive among the final remaining unbeaten teams across the NFL, as they're now up to a 3-0 start. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jaguars as we say so long from Seattle.